Naikaali Irene, I'm the head of programs at the Hunger Project Uganda. I also coordinate the agro-ecology project in 2 of our community epicenters of Namayumba and Oeganda. I had the privilege of watching the biggest little farm, and immediately I was wowed. I was so amazed at the level of biodiversity on John and Molly's farm, and my thoughts kept oscillating between what we are doing down here in Uganda and what I was observing in the movie. I kept wondering when we shall ever get to that level of biodiversity. What struck me most about the movie was the rate at which the unwelcome guests were appearing on the farm in form of pests, diseases, those predators that were causing a lot of havoc and losses to John. But as I went along, understanding the movie, understanding what was being portrayed, I realized that actually these so-called unwelcome guests are actually part of nature's game of, balancing out the whole ecosystem, and each and every component portrayed within the movie was actually very important for the survival of the ecosystem. Just a little bit about what we do in the Hunger Project. We are running a project called agro-ecology, and this project is focusing on majorly smallholder women farmers. So we're working with a total of 229 farmers across 2 community centers. We decided to first go small, learn along the way, and then think of expanding as we go along. And the farmers was contacted. They were engaged in a series of trainings. They were taken through a mindset changing programs to be able to expose them to the benefits of natural farming, as opposed to this extensive use of chemicals that is so predominant in our community. So the farmers underwent trainings, and they were exposed to the different principles, different technologies within the agroecology farming, and they were also given some startup to help them to remodify their farms into agroecological farms. But of course, this process hasn't been a smooth process. We are still grappling with the issue of the mindset. As you very well know, mindset is a very slow process, it's a very engaging process, and you need to give farmers time to make this transition. But one thing we've realized that farmers still have the tendency of wanting quick gains. They look at agroecological farming as being so labor intensive, as being so time consuming, and at the end of the day, in the short run, they look at the yields that they are getting from their harvest compared to the yields they used to get when they were spraying, when they're using external inputs. They usually get this feeling of wanting to go back to their traditional ways. But through the continuous mindset changing programs that we integrate smoothly within the program, we've continued to encourage them to hold on, to hang on, telling them, when you decide to go agroecological, when you decide to go natural, it has to be 100%, and you have to give yourself time to allow that process to sink in, to allow that the nature to unfold itself before you. So as Hunger Project, we've also taken on this learning journey seriously by embracing the study, embracing agroecology as our farming system, as our farming model at the Hunger Project. We are currently working on a replicable model using the lessons that we are learning from the 2 epicenters, the 2 community centers. So we are designing a model that will help us to standardize our work across all the programs, across all the epicenters, so that when we are talking about agriculture, we are talking about food security, when we're talking about sustainable farming as Hunger Project, this is our model. This is what we've chosen to identify with, the natural way of farming. And once this model is finalized, we hope to scale it out. We hope to share it with even the wider audience within our network of community-led development. So we are so excited about what we have in the process, and I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to watch the biggest farm. Thank you.